right. There we go. All right. All right. I love all the chit chat and the noise and the chatter. I truly love it. And I love team meetings. So let's do that too. Well, welcome to the last team meeting in April. Believe it or not, this year is flying. It will be May soon. Right, Friday. Yes, Friday. Here we go. Very soon. All right. All right. Well, I always love to see this room filled. I love to see all your faces. It really does. It is a highlight of my week. So let's go ahead and get started and tell me something good. Let's start with the good stuff. What do we got? Yes.
One of my daughters now, I'm being ostracized by the other ones because I didn't take them, but it literally.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Always have. I mean, so I'm a little crazy about it, but it's his nephew who, like, where did he come from? He's one of Jermaine's 7 sons. But like, where did this guy come from? Because it is Michael. Like, I was blown away. I cried probably 6 times. Like,
Wow.
For you younger folks, Michael Jackson. 90. Right.
Yeah.
You might do the moonwalk. Silas, can you do a moonwalk?
What's that?
Yeah, good one. Good one. Ah, that's awesome. Good one, Silas. Love that. Awesome. Well, good to know. Now we'll probably have to go check that out. What else? What else is going good? Yes.
After 9 months to the day, the house is cleaned out. Pictures were taken yesterday.
Yeah, that's a big deal. When's it go on the market? This weekend. Okay.
We're still working.
We got to work on it.
All right. Well, that's exciting. That's a big deal. So Carrie's mother passed away a while, July, almost a year ago. It's coming up on that. And if you've ever had to process, mom and dad's stuff after they're gone, it's a big job.
9 dumpsters.
No, we had mom and dad stuff. We had grandpa, grandpa
Oh.
stuff. We had great aunt stuff. We had stuff.
Any of your stuff?
No.
No.
8 stall
There will
barn.
be none of my stuff. when I'm
8 stall
gone.
barn.
8 stall barn,
Giant barn.
9 dumpsters. It was a whole thing. So, all right. Well, that's why we celebrate with you. That's a big deal.
Not the house.
He's not here.
Not in the house.
Oh, he'd be late. Okay. Okay. Well, that's very good, Carrie. We'll be watching for that. That's great. What else? What else? Silas. Very good. Where's it at? Okay. Of course. That sounds like a good place for it. Very good. Yeah, that's exciting. And then Carrie, did I see you have?
We got it under last night for our first meeting.
All right. And it's in Belton, right? All right. That's exciting. I love this. It's working. It's a wealth creation thing. It's really, really great. Love that. What else have we got that's good you wanted to? Yes, Shelby.
A couple of ways that my mom had gotten us to get to George Strait and love it. So we went last weekend and we saw George fifth row and we got pictures with all the band members. So it was really cool.
Wow.
Super cool.
She's got, when she talks of George, it's George Strait. Like, it's George Strait. Should know George. A first name basis here. Awesome. Well, that's exciting. I know that you guys all, I'm sure you love that. We'll always remember that. What else? What else? What else? Other good stuff. I've got our son, we're going on to Tulsa this weekend. Our son's graduating from college. I can't believe that.
Wow.
Already. It's been 4 years. He just left. That's right. Yes, yes. So we'll have a college graduate. That's weird. It's kind of weird. Like if you have kids, you kind of understand like, oh my gosh, I've kept this person alive. I've done all the things. Like when they hand you a new baby and he's our oldest, so they hand you a new baby and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like they don't know that I can take care of this. They just send me out the door from the hospital. And then you look up and you're like, okay, for 21 years, we've kept him alive. We fed him and clothed him and now educated him. And I'm like, holy cow. It doesn't end. He is moving back home because
about 30.
okay, all right, well, good to know. I appreciate that, but we are excited for him, so we'll get to help him or watch him graduate. What else? Anybody else got something good? Yes.
My little grandsons got baptized this weekend.
Oh,
We typically think Jesus, and so it was a big
I love that. That's wonderful. That's great. Anybody else? Okay. Can't be Jesus. All right. I agree. All right, moving on. All right, we want to hear from our preferred vendors here. We appreciate you all. I know Lisa is in Italy. Italy. Oh, hey, forgive me. Come on up. Come on up, Phil. Oh, yeah. Let's start with Phil from Kaufeld. Sorry. Sorry, Joel. You were just hiding.
That's okay. I was back with my
You gotta
second
hold this,
cup.
though.
Oh, second cup of coffee. We've already had a closing at 8:30 and at 9 this morning. A second one this week with Trisha. So, yeah, we've been rocking and rolling. I was here last week closing, and I'm here through the remainder of this week doing any closings. So you'll see me across the desk. Here a different little presentation, but all in the same form. So let us know if we can help. My ask is if you don't follow us on the Kaufeld page on Facebook, please do, and I'll make sure I follow you. I think for the most part, I'm friend connected with each and every one of you. If I'm not, find me, because that's real important for me. If I'm liking and sharing your stuff, and then Kaufeld pages, also that's always me. So when you see a lot of activity, just be like, yeah, Joel's at it today or whatever. But yes, so I try to make sure that we're sharing and keeping your face out there and keeping those most current activities going on. So we'll do that.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Appreciate it. All right. We did find a little something here.
Oh, shit.
Woo! 50 years ago.
Was that really?
That's what it says. This is James Branton.
Yeah.
That's your name. Come on up, Todd. You went.
Yeah.
So you're in Miss.
Do that to me.
No, that's.
I did. I wrote a letter to President Ford and he answered back. Somebody auto pinned it back. Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, with all my Little League trophies and crap that I kept forever.
Good to receive your letter. I'm grateful for your kind words of support. Your friendship means very much to me, and I send you my warm wishes for the years ahead. Sincerely, girl.
Yeah. And the Belton Star Herald back then was always packed with fun little school kid stuff that people did and Little League stuff and stuff. All right. So on a work related issue, that's fun. Thank you, by the way. I had, I always like to talk about big wins, you guys. And Saturday, I'm landscaping a house in Lee Summit, and I get a call from a realtor, and she's an agent here, and I haven't talked to her in a little while. And so she's pretty excited about. She's got a buyer that wants to buy a house in Grain Valley, and but he's pre-qualified or pre-approved, whatever, through a little bitty credit union. Okay, so she knows that that's going to be a challenge going in because this is a property in Grain Valley that's on acreage. It's going to get multiple offers. They actually just finally said, hey, it's on the market and give us your best and final Sunday at 6. So it was going to be competitive. So I got a chance to talk to the young man. We got him pre-approved in about an hour. He's at his son's track meet and he's sending everything to me on his laptop. I stopped what I was doing. I ran to my Lee Summit office and AKA bar. And I got him pre-approved and got a good letter over to him. Went through everything. He was the borrower makes the difference. He got me everything I needed. And I even started asking for crap that the credit union hadn't even asked for. And he's like, well, they didn't mention that. That happens to me all the time. Guess what? Get it to me anyway. So got the letter. Sunday night at 6, all these offers are presented. It was 9 offers. So you guys are in that market, right? So I'm excited. Listing agent, guess what? I'm good friends with. So who you're in business with matters. I heard Lonnie say that. You guys say it all the time. It came down yesterday to 2 offers, ours and another one. And so the seller wanted the buyer to increase his earnest a little bit and do a couple little small things, small changes. We really want to work with you and Todd. Our guy got it. So big deal. Little credit union guy, guess what? Not available on a Saturday. which is one of your biggest things is, you know, you clock out at 4:30 on a Friday and you're back in Monday at 8 o'clock, your weekend
And it is best by Sunday.
by Sunday night. So no chance to get that person to redo a letter, do anything like that. Plus, the pre-approval letter matters. And Sandy just did a class on this the other day, and that's why the agent was so excited about it, because she's like, I know. I was taught by Sandy how important it is to be with somebody reputable. You guys all make that decision all the time for your seller, and you're consulting with your seller. If you get a multiple offer situation or even just a single offer, who that lender is matters. And I get questioned all the time. People go, have you ever heard of so-and-so? No, I have no idea who they are. Oh, well, do you know this bank? No. Guys, that's important stuff to know, because you start getting into the situation, it's your listing, your relationship with your seller. And if that lender starts flaking or doing something wrong, or, oh, we miscalculated this, can happen. All of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, we got a problem. You need somebody reputable, somebody local, somebody held accountable. I always tell my team this, I'm accountable. If somebody wants to come in my front door and yell at me, guess what? They can, because we're here. If you got somebody, you got, you know, NASA Mortgage or whoever, the Rockets and all that stuff, you going to Detroit to yell at them? No, they screw up. They screw up. So accountability is huge. And that's why you can't just BS your way through stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the loan officer on it. Yeah, it helps. It does help. I mean, candidly, my relationship with the listing agent makes a big difference too, for certain. But anyway, lastly, I want to say something. Anyway, that's a big win for your office, big win for Todd. I don't know what GCI is on $463,000, but it's a lot, right? Lastly, Darren, thank you for my picture. My blonde ass hair, long hair. You brought up something this weekend that was important about the Belton Cemetery. And I wanted to say, you brought up and you forwarded Dana Markinet's post where the flagpole at the Belton Cemetery was damaged in the storm last week.
59 headstones.
15, I didn't know. I knew there were several. Now, Lonnie and I laid our dad to rest last year, and according to Lonnie, he said that the headstone's okay. They closed the cemetery after that big storm, and there were several 100-year-old trees just, you know, laying down. So it was pretty bad. Anyway, Dana Markinet, gentleman who's a retired firefighter, I think, with Belton, posted the thing about the flagpole, and it had a, you know, kind of like that. And so they were going to raise money. So Darren forwarded that, or put it on your page. And then I took it and I just kind of busted some friends of mine out and said, hey, I put $100 in. Sandy put $100 in for her son that's there. My dad's there, $100. And so several of us started to do that. Some of my classmates from high school that don't live anywhere around here are Venmo Darren $100. Thank you very much. That was really cool. I think we're trying to raise what, $3,200, $3,300,
Yeah.
somewhere there. How are we doing on that?
It's coming in so fast, they've lost count. But I think we're over 4.
Okay.
All right,
Wow.
thanks, Sarah. Put that picture back up.
Sure. I'd be glad to.
I can't let this go. So this is awesome, by the way. My brother did this, okay? 2 things that we need to make note of. Todd was forced to do this because he was in school suspension. We forgot that little nugget. Oh. Second grade, didn't come out of suspended. Second thing is, if you're writing letters to the administration, could you write one to get the rates down? Stay with that.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Darren, I appreciate that. And if you have any history in Belton, you're not safe with Darren. Darren in the archives. All right. Okay. Let's see. We are ready. Buffy. Let's do Buffy Watterson with Royal Roofing and Solar. We're just all out of order today.
Hello, you guys have all probably seen all these crazy storms we've been having, and I don't think they're going to slow down anytime soon. Our teams are on the ground everywhere from North Kansas City all the way down to Springfield. We've got some in Wichita, so just know wherever your market is, we can handle that. I had some guys down in El Dorado. We got referred down to a job, so we can help in any market around, the four-state area really. Yes, the crews will travel just to make sure you guys are taken care of.
Did we have much of the major hail that has damaged in our general area right in here?
We have,
A little bit? Okay.
yes,
gotcha.
yeah. So 1.5 to 2 inches just really where we've seen a lot of it. So
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go Rusty. Rusty and Raylyn with the Apex Underground. You're here earlier than you thought.
I know. Yeah. I was shocked my own self. Didn't I win an award like coming in hot or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't here for that, but that's fine. So big topic is rain, right? So what we're all getting those phone calls. Probably the best advice for your clients would be for your foundations is the gutters. Keep the gutters out away, at least 10 feet away from that foundation. If you're having cracks in your basement, it's probably due to water about 99% of the time. And it's probably because the gutters and stuff are not rerouted. Even your sump pumps, those have got to be pushed out and not dropping right there by the foundation. Other than that, that's my tip of the day. Thank you guys. Yes.
Our underground storm shelter is something you guys could help
Mhm.
put in,
Yes.
because I know like up where I live, like we don't have.
Yeah, we
nobody's
just
been there
need,
to help.
yeah, we just need dimensions and we can put those in. Yeah, absolutely. Yep,
Wow,
let us know.
that's cool.
Yeah, just Jay's on an excavator. He can do just about anything.
Nice. Love it. Thank you, ladies. I don't see Pillar to Post, I don't think. I see Ryan Coover with Nubico. Come on up, Ryan.
I'll just stay on theme with the rain. With photos, aerials especially, it's standing water can be tough to make look like there's not standing water. And I appreciate people being flexible. Shelby and I were on a shoot yesterday and it started raining mid photo shoot. So giving your clients a heads up if there's rain in the forecast, things might have to move around. I keep rubber boots in my truck, so I'm not scared to get out in the fields and take photos still. But I mean, we wanted to look as best as possible.
Hey, thank you. Any other vendors that I might have missed? I want to make sure it's possible. One thing, we did a lunch and learn with Matt Miller at 210 Home Warranty. I was actually kind of impressed with, I know there's not a perfect home warranty out there, but I was kind of impressed with their new updates. So 210 was just recently bought out by a bigger company, so they are now able to do more things. If you lock down a home warranty this month, it'll take $100 off. You can get the Supreme Home Warranty, which is normally $730. You can get it for $630 this month. And it covers sewer lines. It covers roof leaks. There's things on there that I didn't normally think home warranties covered. So check them out, see what you think. He says that they have the best coverage for the best price. So just something to think about. He did a lunch and learn. Yep.
Yeah, so just in general with our
Yeah.
vendors, guys, and the vendors that are here, and even the ones that aren't here, just know this. We want all of our vendors to continue to grow with us.
Yes.
So I look at the people up here and I remember when we first got in business with all of them. And I mean, Matt Davidson's built this amazing brokerage and Todd obviously has a lot of traction and so on and so forth. But if you guys as vendors see things we can do to help you within our world, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Mhm.
I love the fact that most of the people we're in business with, their trajectories like this. And so let us know. Russell mentioned something the other day. Todd Branson, we knocked the damn wall out for. We're trying to get him better access to our people. So
Yeah.
that was a little excessive, but that's, my point is, it's a team effort.
Yes.
Team effort.
Absolutely. And we appreciate our vendors and our vendor partners. So
And it's cool when somebody posts something they have a need, whether it's lender or title or septic or whatever, and our people on our Facebook page just jump out and go, give this person a call. And it's kind of cool to see 3 or 4 people just pile on right
Yep.
away.
absolutely. I agree. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Listings, buyers, and open houses. What do we got? Listings coming on this weekend or anything you want to tell us? It's not a listing. So you're looking for buyers. Okay. Tell us what you got.
Okay, so the first one is I need to find something up to 500, 2 to 3 bedrooms, not super picky on the house, just wants a nice shop and a winding driveway. We're looking like Johnson County, Missouri, or they would also look at Lone Jack, Harrisonville, but kind of went like Holden, Kingsville area. Then I also have one, we close on May 28th, it needs to be up to 300. They're looking anywhere from Harrisonville to like Holden, probably. Well, they probably would even go a little bit farther than that, up to 300,000. Again, not super picky, just want a decent house, 3 bed, 2 bath. Another one that we close on 6/16, they're looking specifically really like Lee Summit North area. They don't want to be in Lakewood, but they like that Oak Ridge Meadows area right around there. At least 3,500 square feet. They want nice. We're up to 650 on that one. We're just kind of specific on the area. So if anybody has anything coming up there. And then another one, which this is on the sell side, but our contingency, we're about ready to, we've extended it once. We're not extending it again. I don't see those people getting their house under contract. It's the one on Buena Vista, 600, super nice in-ground pool, beautiful house, like 3,500 square feet. Pristine corner lot. It's listed at 450. So if anybody has buyers, I'd like to swoop in on that one. Come see.
Okay.
Good to know. Good to know.
Those are my main.
You guys, I know we have an amazing pipeline is what that sounds like to me. So
Yeah, yeah.
I know you see stress, I see dollar signs. It's just not worse.
Yeah.
Well, and motivated people. Motivated. people.
Yeah.
That's
Very,
exciting
yeah.
part. When
There's a
somebody.
lot of pressure.
Yeah, and where the pressure is when those people really start narrowing their location down. It's one thing to say, hey, between 400 and 500, 3 or 4 bedroom will work, yada, yada, and all of a sudden, and all of a sudden it gets really, really narrow. And that just amplifies.
That's what they want. That's why they're selling the houses they have now. So
By
I
all
can't
means.
find it.
Yeah, and here's the thing, people will be, if there's no inventory for them, what ends up happening very often is they end up settling for something. I would rather see my people make an interim landing spot and somebody,
Is
Good.
planning on going, I mean, they're
yeah,
the ones that close on, where are they, 5/21.
yeah.
They're going to live with mom and dad. And because that's how I set it up from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, you're better off to sell it. You have a plan.
Perfect.
They did, and they're cool, they're going with it, but I still feel like I'm
Yeah.
failing. to have it on.
Have you put anything on like the Facebook Marketplace groups, like buyer need, looking in Lee Summit North School District? I've picked up a few. I mean, I've post on your own page, but then you can post in those community groups too, according to the rules. But I've picked up a few things like that off-market properties for buyers. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. It's about 3 or 4 different times I've found off-market properties that nobody knew about just by doing that.
Just emphasize, guys,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of these situations because we're still in a limited inventory market. But if you can have the conversation like Julie did early on with where's that interim move going to be, should we need to do it? And preparing for that, whether that's basement, mom and dad's house, Airbnb, who knows what, then that can diffuse the stress a little bit.
Nice.
Have those conversations.
Very good. Good stuff. What other list? Jake?
Lee Summit, now downtown Lee Summit, like a 130-year-old house, but it's been fully renovated, got a 2-car detached garage, really, really big lot. It's, right there in downtown Lee Summit. So it makes good short-term rental or if anybody wants to live there. That's $400,000, 3-bedroom, 2 bath, which is just ridiculous down there. I don't understand the value on those little city houses. I got one coming up on Friday. I know, it's nuts. We got one coming up on Friday in Blue Springs. Will be listed 265, side-by-side split, 3-bedroom, 2 bath, 1,900 square foot in Holstead. They're wanting to get out of that one quick. They bought another house, not contingent, but they're not gonna hold around for more offers. They're gonna get a good offer and go on it. That one goes live on Friday for Greenville. I got one coming up next week in Harrisonville. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath in Harrisonville, listed 285. It's one that my mom and I were working on a flip on, 1603 Chapel. And that'll be a full rental on that one. It'll look pretty pretty. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, our painters accidentally painted we put beadboard on the ceiling. And the painters painted it the cabinet color, which is kind of like a black instead of white. So I'm all right, so we just kind of went with it. Tricia recommended a couple of fixtures for me. It looked great now, by the way. I really like it. And then in 2 weeks, I'll have one coming up in Raymore, it's a story and a half, it's 4 bedroom, fifth non-conforming in the basement, that'll be less around 400, so that was 2 weeks out on that one.
Okay, good deal. Love that. Good, great pipeline there too. Tom,
Sure.
you got a few things?
Yeah, so coming up next week, I believe the 8th is the date, in Blue Springs, so this is gonna be a hot one. So anybody wanna buy under 250 in Blue Springs? We got a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,800 square foot. It's on RD Mize Road. House has got is great bones. You could move into it today, but it is a little bit dated, hardwood floors throughout. So that one's gonna come in at 235. So that's gonna be hot. I expect to get like a ton of offers on that one. I'm hoping. It's good when your clients follow your advice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So got a Ruskin Heights, a nice little affordable home at 175, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. And then we have acreage property on White Highway, 5 acres, multiple outbuildings. At 600, we are negotiable on that price. We have reasonable sellers. So that one's at 215th and Y. And as we just mentioned, Carrie's mom's property is 35 acres, Pleasant Hill address, but it's actually 291 and Hugh Blockfield Road. It's on the west side of 291. It feels more like Raymore. Great, beautiful property, just a combination of meadows and woods, and there's a creek that runs through it. Got a big Tudor style house on it with 4 bedrooms, a huge master bedroom with all kinds of rooms off of it. Every room has a walk-in closet. It has multiple bathrooms upstairs. But it will need a little bit of work, but can be a fantastic property. The house could be. Got a great finished basement on it. I haven't measured it all yet, but it probably comes in at about 4,500 square foot. Saltwater swimming pool, 5,000 square foot outbuilding that is divided right now between warehouse and office space. So,
Wow.
yeah, 1.2 million.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Very good. All right, Josh.
One independence on market for a month. My clients are very motivated. They didn't tell me to say that we will take an offer 10,000 under a list. They said, don't say that. But they're very motivated. 4-bed, 3-bath. Independent, so right now, people consider that an upgrade. I'll let you do with that what you will. But 4-bed, 3-bath, 1,500 square feet, and completely remodeled. No yard, so if you were planning a dog, no. About half the lot is a 4-foot deep drain pit.
Oh.
But that's fine.
That's fine.
But yeah, that was at 228, like very motivated. The other one, probably a month and a half out on it being ready to go. It's a 5-bed, 3.5 bath on 3.5 acres, 40 by 60 shop, Lee Summit, Lee Summit West High School. So not that that's the best of the 3, but you know. But that'll be everything in the house brand new. It's gonna be $10,000 on countertops. So there's spare notes, fits there, and it'll be the low key. Wow. So yeah, it's in city limits.
All right. Yes. Joanna.
I still have a little property here in Hilliard that is 4.25 acres. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath with 2 non-conforming in the basement. It is a raised ranch. It's got a stop front and it's a beautiful property. So here, and the price is $489.
Okay. Very good. Yes, Ashley.
I've got a client looking to purchase in Foxwood Springs. We do have an agent in our office with one maybe coming available soon, but for that to happen, they have 3 cats that need homes. So if you want some cats.
Amber likes cats.
Now we're selling cats.
So if you want some cats, then
It's 30 acres in the right environment.
they're free. They're free cats.
Oh, they're even free.
And they come with like a month of food and litter and toys free.
Ooh.
But for Tammy to be able to sell the house and my clients to be able to buy the house, cats have to have homes. So if you want cats, cool. If you don't want cats and you have something coming up in Foxwood Springs, also cool.
Also cool. Awesome. Very good.
Cats on the disclosure that they stay.
Yes. Just put them on the disclosure. Write them in.
She asked if my client wanted them and I said my 8-year-old client does not want.
Does not want 3 cats.
She does not want people to take care of.
Trisha.
350 is for 2.5. And that's all, please. And I have one coming on the market on Friday on 110th Street, Casey Mo, like right off the Ridge area. It's a 3-2 on the main level, and then it has underneath a 2-bedroom, 1-bath fully apartment that they rented out for $1,000 a month until we rent them out. And that comes on at 310.
Okay. Nice. Christian,
In the Raymore area, 350, 375, got some empty nesters, so nothing super picky, just need Raymore, 350, 375. This should be the office that would have that. So
should be, yes. Let's see what we can find here. Yes, Jen.
Or no stairs, for the acreage, under 500,000, they have to stay in Archie. I am looking for another acreage, 5 to 10 acres, Cass County area, no more than an hour south of Kansas City, or an hour within Kansas City. And then I have an open house in Archie, so please send all of your people that you know is gonna want to buy. We're very flexible on the price, unlike Josh. And it's this Saturday from 9 to noon.
And to noon. Okay. Lonnie, you got anything coming on?
Belton Atrium just went in pre-MLS at 342.5 over in Timber Creek. Backs up to green space and a pond, and then the back patio has an amazing hot tub and TV, and it's a cool setup, really.
Nice.
Cul-de-sac, nice quiet little area. And then we'll go in pre-MLS today on an atrium in Canna Ridge for 350, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It was great, great house as far as the turnkey.
Nice. I got one Friday, Silver Lake. It's been coming for a while. Yes, on Lancaster. You're on it? Well, we're putting a new roof on it Thursday. So it's getting a new roof. It's a 3-3. It's a 3-3. Nope, but we have 8 showings already scheduled. So join the party. So anyway, it does need a complete update throughout. Yep. Silver Lake, yes, going live Friday. Now I will tell you on that one, we kind of anticipate multiple offers. We're gonna shut down offers on Sunday at 3 p.m.
A coaching moment here. Brandy's listing that's been coming on the market for 2 months. She decided to go live as she's heading to
Tulsa.
for graduation for her child.
Yeah.
So how do you think that's going to look? So it might be kind of busy, which we're okay with busy.
We're okay with busy. We're used to busy. We'll figure it out, right? So, yeah, I've hired someone from the office here to help me process the offers that come in as they come in, so that by Sunday we are ready to present and don't delay too much.
Okay,
So
one way she can diffuse that versus her phone blow up and a million texts and whoever's helping her just getting overrun is if she chooses, as an agent chooses, they may say, hey, my seller wants the house to be shown for at least 2 days. Don't give us any offers that expire prior to Sunday at 7 p.m., right? That's your prerogative to be able to do that. Has anybody come across listings that have those kind of rules on there?
Yeah.
Corporate listings, a lot of times they won't even deal with it till Monday, so the next business day. So think about ways to make your life, your seller's life. By the way, your seller doesn't want to interact with you on Sunday if they can avoid it in many cases, but just think through these things and it can help make your life easier.
yeah, absolutely.
I've got a listing coming up this weekend on Bynum Road in Lone Jack. We had it on the market about 1.5 years ago and didn't sell, but we've done some infrastructure updates. So it's a 3,300 square foot story and a half. It's on 5 acres. It's got a 3-car attached garage. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath. It's got a big, like 50 by 80 outbuilding. Like, it's a cool setup on 5 acres. They just put in a new heating and cooling system. So it's got new central heating and cooling. It used to have a radiant, like a hydronic system. So she made some really cool updates. It's got a brand new roof on it. And that's hitting the market at $650. And then I thought I would share, we had this listing go live on Thursday on Gregory, and we had a ton of offers over the weekend. And to Todd's point earlier, we got a couple of offers that their pre-approval letter was either from a credit union or a bank. And not only did the loan officer not have their email address, they also didn't have a phone number on there. It was just like the main phone number to the bank. And it was on a Saturday when we were reviewing offers. So I like to call the lender to be like, hey, where are we at in the process? Have you actually done a credit pull, or is it just the docs that they uploaded? And if you can't get a hold of the agent, it's really hard to accept that offer.
Mhm.
And so we ended up accepting an offer that came with a lender that answered their phone on a Saturday. So it does matter big
It
time.
does matter.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
bet if we looked at all the pre-approval letters of those offers, at least one or two also were congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, on your pre-approval. And it says pre-approval, subject to verifying income,
Guaranteed,
assets,
yes.
liability. credit,
100%. Yep.
What kind of pre-approval? What did you pre-approve?
Nothing.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm watching the time. We do need to scooch. If you do have more, put it in the Facebook group. This is our May calendar. Tim's got some training on command coming up. Now, what the exact topics are yet to be decided here real soon, like what those command and technology pieces will be. But for the next 3 Mondays, check that out.
One of them will for sure be Smart Plan.
For sure.
integration, Because we've had a lot of requests for that. And going into Smart Plans, you do have to have basic contact info.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that there will be some basic contact input and different ways to get your contacts into command, whether it's just importing them straight from your phone or manually entering them onto the desktop version or through the mobile app. You can also manually enter them through the command app. So some of that will be in there for sure. And then there'll be a lot of, as we get into that, people will go, well, wait, how do you do? And we'll handle those in real time. But for sure, we're going to learn how to utilize Smart Plans and how to launch and deploy those through the auto emails and then and importing and inputting
Awesome.
their contact info.
Love it. Love it. All right. Very good. Stay tuned for more details on all of that. Mega Camp, if you want to go, this is, please come with us. It is just a lot of fun and a lot of learning, and it's fantastic. You've never experienced anything like a Keller Williams event. If you've never been to one, then you've not experienced that. They do a really good event, and San Antonio is a lot of fun. The early bird price does of $849. It goes up tomorrow at midnight. I don't know what it'll jump up to. I don't know that it jumps all the way to $11.99. I'm not sure, but it might. So keep that in mind. That's in August. Never too early to plan for that. Want to thank you for those of you that helped with our food drive. This is just like the smallest picture of, this is our beginning photo. We ended up, someone has a photo somewhere of the whole food. We ended up with a whole conference room full of food that we donated to Heart and Hand Ministries in Belton, who got hit really hard after the tornado. Their shelves were wiped out. We were able to step in and help replenish with some food for the food drive. So thank you. Yes. Thank you to all of you who pushed out that invitation to partner with your neighbors and clients and all of that. And those of you that brought food, thank you very much. And Heart and Hand thanks you. And they'll be making a post about it as well on their Facebook page. Okay, I'm excited about this because it's next week. Did you realize that next week is Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday all on the same day? So I decided we need to celebrate. So we are going to have Nacho Ordinary team meeting next week. And you'll need to be here. You'd be so crazy to miss it. And so don't do that. Let's come next Tuesday. I'm not going to spill the beans too early, but just know it's going to be fun. Hey, let me have my moment. Thank you. I got lots of puns. And I'm sure there'll be more by next week. But anyway, just know we'll have a lot of fun. We'll have food. Well, it'll be a great time during team meeting next week. Also, all right, Sandy, come on up. Sandy and I wore the same outfit today.
Sandy!
We are twins. Here you go. Tell us about the Strategic Alliance Committee.
Well, it's new to the ALC this year. And what it is it increases your resources, to all of our agents. It increases our resources. It also is a way for vendors to get in front of our agents and increase, it just helps us all the way around. Mm-hmm. So we have a 3-tiered program that helps, that the vendors would apply to. And if you already have people interested, send them my way. Yeah. I'll help them. If you have vendors who want to check us out, such as Rodney Bennett here with All Hours Heating and Air, let me know and we'll get with Brandy and get them in for a team meeting. So, but Rodney Bennett with All Hours is here after the meeting if you want to meet up with them and, you know, add him to your vendor list and stuff like that. He's great. I've used him personally and professionally. So that's all I got.
She does throw your name out a lot, Rodney. She does. For real.
I'll give him.
When you find a great person and a great HVAC person or a great vendor of any kind, you know, you're happy to share this, share. And so Sandy's job with our ALC and the Strategic Alliance, thank you for sharing, Sandy. Appreciate what you do. Her job is to find those partnerships and the different vendors that we all use and need anyway, and kind of make sure that we can partner with them. And there's different levels of partnership. She talked about the preferred vendors, and there is a tiered system. But then there's other things that they can do. If they just want to do a lunch and learn, we can do that. If they want to do, you know, it's all case by case basis, of course. But anyway, if you know a great vendor that needs to be a part or wants to be a part of our office, send them to Sandy. There is a vetting process. It's not just like the door's open to everybody. We do want to make sure that it's a win-win situation for the vendor and for our agents and our office. Yeah.
And so that's why I think it's important for the vendors like Rodney to come in and kind of see that and hear that. And I'm going to pull together some numbers from all of their stuff and see how much their business has increased since they became a preferred.
Nice. I appreciate that, Sandy. Thank you.
Another thing to add to that is a lot of business gets into our vendors world. It doesn't have anything to do with our real estate transactions. You know?
Yeah.
If somebody calls me and they're having an issue that Rusty and them can help with, whether it's a sewer line or God forbid a septic tank or any of that, they're not wanting to sell their houses. They're just having a problem. That's the name that they're going to get first and foremost. And so sometimes they don't even attach the lead to any of us, but that's fine too, as long as it's helping them grow the business.
Awesome. All right, Mr. Darren, Broker Darren. Let's give it up for Darren, everybody. You can flip it if you want. Yes.
Well, to tag on to Mr. Branson back there, I just finished probably one of the worst buyer closings ever because they chose an internet lender, Better Mortgage, not Better. It was horrible. I tried to get them to go local, and at closing they said next time we'll go local. Is that Better Mortgage in New York? They were worse. Funding took forever. Connecting with them took forever up in their little New York offices. Did us a really good job. So I just want to cover, I think, 3 things here. I think I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. We need to slow down and make sure we're doing everything right. Make sure we know what our forms say. And one of the things we end up with problems on a lot, other than possession, is what the hell stays. So here's a pre-printed, very short list of the stuff that's supposed to stay. If the seller says, I'm not leaving the mirror in the bathroom, it needs to go on the disclosure. This list is superseded by the seller's disclosure, and the seller's disclosure would be superseded by additional inclusions or exclusions on the contract. So we need to keep the order in mind of what stays, what doesn't. Sandy and I had a talk about the next page.
By the way, this is contract.
Yes.
Page 1 or 2, I think.
One of them.
1 or 2. But it is the contract.
Oh, which brings up a quick point. 2 things. And I mentioned this in that class a 3 weeks ago. On dotloop, I don't use DocuSign, so I know nothing about it. But on dotloop, you can change the size of some of these when you're adding initials and you're adding signatures manually. You can change the size of them, so you're not blocking verbiage in the contract. We don't want to block things. We also want to make sure when we scan these things, unlike the way I did it, you can see page 2 of 16 at the bottom. You get into court, you get attorneys looking at it, and they're going to say, well, I don't know what page this is. How do I know you're not missing a page? So let's make sure it says 1 of 16, 2 of 16, whatever. Okay, next. Here's where you would put all the things that are not automatic. You know, if the seller wants to take grandma's chandelier out of the hallway, first they ought to do it first before you even show the house. Bird baths, any of those things, and we've probably, a lot of us have run into that last minute thing. Sandy and I sort of kind of ran into it last week with the entire television. And I think we decided your seller was wrong.
Yeah, that's.
The seller, your buyer, right. So again, breathe, take a minute, absorb what we're doing here, because the buyers, if they trust you, they're just going to shut up and sign. They're not going to question anything. It's up to you to get it right. Next. Was there not one in between?
Previous box where we would have added cats.
You could put the cats additional. Yeah. I had a cow one time in an offer. Showed a guy 5 acres. There was cattle in the backyard. He said, I want one of them cows. I don't care which one. So I had a cow in an offer, and turned out the seller didn't own the cows. He was just letting his neighbor graze, but
What?
Do-
You wanted one, it was not probably his pet.
well, ultimately, yeah. I mean, that was 25 years ago. I have no idea. It was in a cow state at the time. It wasn't beef.
Intent. This seller be writing anything from boxes, some of the buyers.
This is on the offer, yeah. So, but if you put something here, it's going to supersede the seller's disclosure. Well, you're right. Stop it. Make the teacher look bad. No, you're right. Logistically, that wouldn't work.
Play gym that's out back, you want that removed prior to closing, the play.
Or if you want to keep it.
Or keep it, right?
Yeah.
Or the trampoline or whatever,
Because some sellers don't think that the play gym
or the old rusty car in the back.
or a pool, above ground pool. I mean, there could be lots of things.
Have you run into lenders not liking when you put stuff in the inclusions? We've done it a couple of times, and almost every time they make us remove it.
Yeah, every time.
One of the
He is correct.
One of the tricks could be that it's being left as a convenience to the seller at no value. So,
People remove it. Now it's for like, I think fees the seller, it makes no value. That's generally, otherwise they're gonna make you get a value, figure out how much seller incentive that is, and adjust your loan amount and your loan value from that.
right.
Also, that first page that you were on with the things that are thought to be staying with the property, and it does say curtains, so if you stage the house with curtains, remember, those are gonna stay. So
Yeah, you might lose your curtains.
Alright. Are you looking for something else? You want me to?
What's the next page? Okay.
Disclosure.
More on the disclosure. A lot of people check, I've seen people try to check this box. Well, my yard's fenced, but is it invisible fencing, the buried kind? So if it's not those, a chain link fence, you don't check the box. Again, just take your time, make sure the seller is doing everything right. Propane tanks out in the rural areas, is it owned, is it leased? And then especially if you're representing the buyer, there's a paragraph that states that or if you're representing the seller, there's a paragraph that states the buyer will pay the seller for how much propane is in the tank. Mounted TV equipment. Are you leaving the TV or not? This is not talking about just the mounts. So that's where Sandy's buyer got taken for a TV, because the seller left the mount and took the TV when they actually checked that box. Look at your disclosure agent. So, Win-win, win. I still think we need to be careful on this. I'd rather that we don't do research on sexual offenders, criminals, whatever. Tell them they can do their own search, because if you do a search, oh, I didn't see anything, and you missed it, who's in the wrong? So that's all I got.
Thing to add to the inclusion stuff, watch people on plants. Sometimes people they forget that they're daffodils that were planted by grandma that are special, and then they're digging up plants, so.
Yeah.
Just.
They do though. It's just.
Yeah, we're talking $500,000 house, and now I care about a plant.
Yeah. Got a quick hand. I was talking to an agent in California. Client wrote newer windows on the seller's exposure. And then when the buyer moved into the house, the husband's an attorney, they see all the paperwork for the windows stuff, they're 5 years old. In his opinion, those weren't newer windows,
Newer than the house.
but it's kind of subjective. So there was a lawsuit in the fire one. So.
Really?
So
So
specific stuff. is-
if you have a receipt, you could say they're 5 years because you have a receipt.
Windows in parentheses, 2020.
Yeah, so specific information is important.
Well, and that goes to, a lot of times you'll see someone put new air conditioner when it's 2 years old. It's newer, which I always thought newer would be safe. Who knows, attorneys.
So. Yeah, this was just a thought.
Yeah. That's on here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Over here? Oh, sorry, hold on.
Right there.
Very top left, yes.
Oh, yeah, fountains. But you can always, there's room to write anything.
Yeah.
Connected.
And because it said it's a fountain. Well, there was a fountain, but it was in the backyard. And they just thought that was a fountain, and she's like, my dad's really pissed. And I'm like, well, it's not a fountain. And so anyway, we looked at the seller's exposure and got through it, but yeah, they interpret things different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yes.
Well, back in the 60s, it's just a light out in the yard that's powered by natural gas.
Yeah, it smells like this.
Yeah. I really only need a minute on it. Last thing,
Very important.
Lonnie says I have a minute. Transaction broker addendum, seems to be confusion on it. It's really pretty simple. You're not gonna use this addendum unless you walk into your listing with a person that you have a buyer agency on already. So you had the buyer from a month ago, you list the perfect house for them. You're now conflicted because you have representation of two people. So in that case only, you will fill this out. It talks about that you have a buyer agency agreement dated X and a seller agency agreement dated X. It wouldn't apply if you're showing my listing. It would apply only if you're showing your listing to someone that you already had representation of before you walked in. If it's your listing and an unrepresented buyer, it's exactly what it is. You're representing the seller, buyer's unrepresented. That's as simple as it is. So transaction brokerage is a little confusing for some of us. So, and on the deals where you're making $3,000 to just fill out paperwork for someone that you're not representing, no, not represented, not represented. So simple. Oops.
All right, I see the time going, so we're gonna make sure we I've got Rusty coming on up here with an announcement about Red Day. So come on up, Rusty.
Okay, so,
There you go.
oh, thanks, I forgot. Red Day, how many people participated in Red Day before? Raise your hand. Great. How many people are planning to participate in Red Day? Beautiful. I need a few more hands back there, but it's fine. May 14th is our annual day where we give back to our communities. This year, we're going to be giving back to Raisbeck Park at a Peculiar Rec Park, and they might have a few other things for us to do out there for some of their ball fields. But if you plan on going, let me get my eyes adjusted here. They do recommend gloves, boots, hearing protection, and eye protection. They have to say that, but I'd wear long sleeves. Poison ivy is out, all the things, but we're going to go around, pick up brush and different things like that and help just get the community back together, especially after all the storms. So they have lots of acreage and they need help. So that's what we're going to do. Does anyone have any questions?
Did I read that they are supplying all the tools?
Yes, yes, they're supplying everything. Just bring all of your personal protection stuff. Raylan. We are doing t-shirts. Great that you asked that. They are posted today. If you already have one, great. If you would like to have another new fresh one, it's online. Please go in and fill that out today so we can get that ordered. Okay, you're gonna get your vitamin D. Wear your watches. You're gonna track your steps. They're gonna provide water, but if you want your own water bottle or whatever, bring that. So look forward to seeing you guys all out there. We will meet in this office. I think I said 8 a.m. We'll get our annual picture. That way you can let everyone know that you're doing charity work and giving back to the community.
Thank you.
We're on lunch afterwards.
Sure.
Yes, lunch afterwards, by the way, for all those that participate. Maybe go to Merle's.
Merle's.
Right there by Merle's.
Yeah, I think it's great. All right, we do have some awards. We want to make sure that we get to that for March. Since so Tim, you always do such a great job. Will you help us out? Woo! There you go. You can just hit the.
Oh yeah, they're all online.
They're all online now.
Look at us, March awards. All right, here we go. Closed sales volume. That's
Yep.
what we get paid on.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3 group, 5 real estate team, 1.03 million. Got 5s. Number 2 group, closed volume, New Edge Partners, 1.77 million. Number 1 group, LBRE, 3.3 million. Good job, you guys. Man, these numbers are getting high, aren't they? All right, number 3 team for closed volume, brick and mortar real estate, 773,000. Number 2 team for closed volume, the Keith team, 840,000. Good job, Keith. And the number 1 team for closed sales volume is the Finn Group, 867,000. Great job, you guys. Individuals for closed sales volume, number 10, Janelle Farron, $305,000. Number 9, Chris Bradley, $360,000. Number 8, Yelena Harlow, $545,000. Number 7, Sandy Paxton, $624,000. Number 6, Trisha Henson, $626,000. Number 5, for individual closed sales volume, James McClay, $654,000. Number 4, Shelby Acker, sold by Shelby, $737,000. Nice month. Good job. Number 3, individual closed volume, Tori Richmond, $840,000. Number 2, Scott Swagger, $954,000. And number 1 individual is Brannigan Barnett, $1.1 million. Wow, nice work, you guys.
Nice.
Okay, listings taken volume. That's our windshield dollars, right? That's the stuff that we're throwing on the market. Here we go. I think we're starting in groups.
Groups first,
Groups?
yes.
All right. Number 2 group, LBRE, 2.1 million. Great job, you guys. Number 1 group, listings taken volume, New Edge Partners, 3.8 million.
Wow. And listing.
Nice work, Silas. I love it. All right, here we go. Team listings taken volume. Number 3, Austin Real Estate, $245,000. Number 2, the Finn Group, $750,000. And the number 1 team for listings taken volume, S&P, $2.09 million. Wow. Which leads us to individual listings taken volume. Here we go. Number 9, Jason Teller, $212,000. Number 8, Sandy Paxton, $239,000. Number 7, Jen Thompson, $315,000. Good job, Jen. Number 6, James McClay, 434,000. Number 5, Crystal Donner,
Hey, Crystal.
Good job, Crystal. Number 4, Tim Crable, 450,000. Good job, Tim. Number 3, Kelly Raby, 525,000. Number 2, Julie Phillips, $750,000. And number 1, Trisha.
Trisha, yeah, girl.
165. Good job, Trisha. She's buying lunch at Merle's.
At Merle's.
Okay, now we're moving on to home runs. 1 listing, 1 under contract, and 1 closing, all within the month of March. Here we go.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Brown paper bag. Okay, here we go. Silas Gray,
Yay,
home
Silas.
run. Devon West,
Yeah.
home run. Josh Fife, home run. Lonnie Branson, home run. Trisha Henson, home run. Oh, that's it. I
$1
did
million
really
month.
good.
I guess, yeah, good job. $1 million month.
You've made $1 million in GCI in the month of March. Lonnie Branson, 3.3 million. Brady Good Barnett, 1.1 million. Ashley Fife, first
closing.
Nice job, Ashley.
Crystal Donner.
Good job, Crystal. First listing,
Crystal Donner.
Taking all the awards. This
I know.
I love it.
Cleaning up. Akira.
Akira
Mubarak.
Mubarak.
Yeah.
First listing. She's super cool. I just didn't know how to pronounce her last name, so thank you.
It's a super cool name.
Got it.
All right.
Have a great week.
No, hold on.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
Awesome. If you do want a copy of your award, go see Becca. She'll print it for you. So, all right. Now, Lonnie, it's all you.
A couple quick ideas. First of all,
Yeah.
storms going on. We need to be touching base with our database. This is a free chance to talk to people. You're going to come across from being considerate and caring. You reach out to them and just ask them, say, hey, I know you guys are out in Rural Peculiar. How'd you guys do in the storms? That kind of thing. Get the conversation going. And no, you don't have to close with, anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. It's just a personal touch, guys, and it moves the ball down the field, which is what we're trying to do. Okay, we talked about this on the mastermind call. I had 20-something people last week. Very good. Not quite 30. We'll get there. How many of you guys have had somebody that you really click with and all of a sudden they just ghost you? You're like, they're not calling me, they're not returning my calls anymore, they're not texting me, so you're assuming they're either dead or they hired a different agent, right? That's how that works. 2 or 3 people, and I can't remember who it is, other than I know Nanette was one of them, but 2 or 3 of you guys had that happen, and all of a sudden you reached out and you go, hey, I thought that these people were dead, or I thought, they weren't going to use me, and they reached out and said, hey, thanks for staying in touch with us. I think we're ready to get pre-approved and start looking at houses, okay? So that happens all the time, and would happen even more if you would continue to follow up with the people. Because when you don't, Kara Anderson over here is going to, okay?
Oh, I love Kara.
I do too. Yeah. Okay, Jenny with Century 21. Boo. Time on task over time, guys. Very seldom when you make those touches, even if all of a sudden they're engaging you and they stop, very seldom are they just going to raise their hand and do business with you. You have to plug away. It's time on task over time. Many of you guys were talking about people that you just listed houses with that your first contact was over a year ago. Okay. I hear the stories because I'm in the office a lot. That's the norm in our business. The exception is they raise their hand and say, come list me. Okay. We've got to be okay with that. So build that pipeline list and that little touch list or feelers list, I like to call it. So you're constantly in contact with the people. By the way, if they're not responding to something, think of something creative that has an open-ended question that kind of requires hey, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Hope things are going well. I'm a phone call away if you need anything. By the way, did you guys do okay during all these recent storms? Okay, that would be an open-ended question. Most people, if nothing else, out of just act of politeness and courtesy, will respond to things like that. So think differently when you're making these touches. Let's see, what else? I'll just hit this real quick. This will probably be for more next week. But through the first quarter, we were up 8.3% in units, 4.5% in volume. By the way, usually our volume's higher than our units. What that tells me is last year in the first quarter, we had a couple million plus deals, which are pretty big for our office. So very exciting in a market that is flat as it can possibly be. Sorry about that. It's Todd's fault. But here's the exciting part. In a difficult market for listings right now, our listings taken are up 15%. Okay, that is really, really cool. I hear you guys talking about your listings that are coming or you have now and you're managing. This is going to be the precursor to everything for success this year, I can assure you. And with all this happening, you're bringing in almost 10% more revenues across the front door of the building. By the way, we did that with the exact same number of agents we had in the first quarter of last year. It's not like, well, there's 10 more people. Okay, nope. There's almost exactly the same number of people. Yes, some people change out and things like that. So if all of a sudden you had more people, you would expect those numbers to be higher. So you're doing that with the same agent count and absolutely no help from the market. And I would even argue maybe a little bit of headwind right now. Rates are a little higher. What's 30-year right now? Mid sixes, okay. Just when we got excited that it had a 5 handle, you know, a few months ago. So Todd's fault.
Let's have him write a letter to the president.
Right. Help them with that letter campaign, please. So all that being said, we are due for some help with the market. We want to see this go. I would do a backflip if units were up 20%, that kind of stuff, which would take our people's money up 20%. That's really the goal. So we're doing some stuff back office with our coaches to try to inspect our market center. We're now at a level with a small market center where we're kind of in the upper echelon nationally. And that's kind of cool because we've never been anywhere near that. And it's not that we've done all that in a bag of chips. We just held our chin up in a tough market, which is also something you should always pat yourself on the back. Not every year will be your best year, but sometimes just holding status quo can be your very best year. That makes sense? Yeah, especially if you're ever in a market, because we've been in these markets, it went down 10 or 20%. If you held your business level, you crushed it, even though you did the same amount of business. You guys get that?
Yeah.
That's how this thing works. A couple of things that were interesting. I'll save some of this for next week where we have a little bit more time. But in the news, right now, there's a lot of news in our industry that people are asking me all these questions. I'm like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of mergers going on. These mergers are happening, and hopefully they'll be great end results for the companies involved. So sometimes when I look at these different brands changing and all this, there's a little bit of FOMO. So, man, are we missing out? Should Gary Keller have us doing this or doing that? I don't know. And honestly, we are not in a position where we have to join forces with anyone to survive. Okay? And the reality is some of these decisions are being made out of necessity. Okay. If a company has lost money literally 12 years in a row, they absolutely have to change things to make it work. Does you guys get that? Okay. So your only time will tell whether some of these mergers, whether it's Compass making their acquisition of Anywhere, which owns Coldwell Banker and all that, creates a ton of agents under 20 different brands. Can you imagine 20 different cultures? I don't know how all that'll work. The Compass guy's really sharp, so hopefully he figures it out. I think he has the ability to be kind of on that level with Gary Keller. I really do. He's a brilliant man. Real company, which is losing money hand over fist, they just decided, well, let's grab Remax. Remax is a great company, old school company, been around 50 years, also doesn't make money. So I have two things not making money. How's that going to look? I don't know. Hopefully that'll work out well. I have friends in all those companies, okay? But here's the telltale sign for any of these things. I'm a big believer that Wall Street is smarter than we are. Okay, billions and billions of dollars being traded on every day, that sort of thing. If your company makes one of these aggressive moves and in the same day Wall Street discounts the company 25%, that tells me the smart money says you didn't do a very smart thing. Doesn't mean it still can't work, but they're betting against it. You guys get that? So that's the part of the news that nobody wants to talk about. So we'll see. I was on a call the other day and then we talked about these kind of things. No one knows what's right or wrong until it plays out over time. Okay. For our industry's sake, we want all these things to work well for other people. And by the way, the rumor that we were going to buy Remax and all that was out there for months. That was never going to happen. There's a couple more of those out there right now, whether we buy or they buy or it's a merger. Bottom line is Gary Keller will decide what's best for Keller Williams, the national brand. Okay, the international brand. That's how that works. We have 160,000 people, still the largest individual brand. You guys get that? So as important as all that is, where my focus is, Brandy's focus, our leadership and ownership team is your brand, the Southland brand. How are we doing? Because I could come in here today and tell you the national company was setting records, but if we weren't, do you really give a hoot?
No.
You guys get that? Okay. I actually like the fact that nationally the real estate market's kind of sinking right now, for being honest. And yet in our market, we're absolutely excelling. That's what gets me excited. So, but we're getting a little greedy right now. We're going internal with our coach, and he's gonna look under the hood and say, okay, how you're doing great. How can we make you better? Which I think is kind of exciting because it comes down to this. It's almost like having if you guys have ever done anything with a target, okay? You got the bullseye in the middle. The bullseye in the middle of our organization is the leadership and ownership group, okay? And around that bullseye is your ALC, which are the people that raise their hand to help all of you guys. You guys get that? They do that. Then you have your inner core of agents, which are kind of your old guard, right? Been around a while, the Darren Jones and the Sandy Paxton and a few others, right? You guys get that? And then the rest of us. And that inner core is there to service all those around us. You guys get that? We get that play at a higher and higher level. We can make these kind of numbers happen no matter what curve Todd decides to throw at us. You guys get that? Right. By the way, in November, you were sticking your chest out because rates were starting to go down.
Dude, I was all pumped.
Yeah. But
Then the Hormuz thing happened.
if we would have went back to 5% money right now.
Mm.
But what could we do with it? So that kind of gets me excited. What's that?
Yeah.
Heck, I don't-
You grill on top.
Good. Yeah, keep doing that. But anyway, we're here to help you guys. We're excited when these numbers come in like this. And even when they don't, we're just like, okay, well, how do we help you guys grow? And again, if we can get more and more people to engage with each other, FYI, those of you that said you're going to get space in the market center, you better go ahead and do it. Because now we're getting a lot of people raising their hands. You're getting ready to see some new name tags there. So what looks like vacant is not. I don't want somebody that's like, well, I was going to take a space, but then you were out. That excuse is over. So please get with Brandy if you're planning on doing that anytime soon, so we don't leave you out. I wish we had more space. And by the way, those of you don't feel compelled to do that. The economics of it almost don't matter to this business. But those of you that don't, you come in here and you work effectively. Where's Crystal? She here today?
Yep, she's right there.
Yeah, give it up for her.
Hey, Crystal.
Let's see, focus group, involved in every training.
Coaching.
Yeah,
Coaching.
and coaching, listings, buyers, just stuff going on. That's probably not happening in a vacuum. But she comes in here
Every day.
and she just puts her head down and goes. Okay, yes, we chat, we catch up with all that stuff, but she just got her head down and goes. Guys, your environment does matter. And if you can do that at home and you can be successful and crush it, do that. Okay, don't change a thing. But if not, maybe your environment isn't all that bag of chips. Just something to think about. That's all I got. Thank you.
Well, that's all I got.
All right,
So,
totally.
all right. Have a good week.
Yeah. You're like an eagle.
Yeah, both kids. You got some, I have oat milk. Tear me up today. Reve.
That's, I do oat milk.
Yeah, I think one of my girls, I got it. Yeah. But now I like it. It's good.
Now I'm sure it's fine.
Sorry?
You do really good for your.
I didn't think I was going to do, so I really didn't.